Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my Tampa Bay Lightning Historical Challenge. Alright folks, we are about to start the 1996-1997 season. I have decided on my lineup. Now, of course, during preseason, we suffered a pretty big blow. Steve Ruchin got hurt, and he's going to be out for a big chunk of this season, probably until January or so. I had a feeling that he was just about to kind of break out and get into his own and start producing. Sadly, that's not going to happen for a little bit here. So here is my lineup that I have decided on. So, yeah, Bradley and McGillney both decline. They are still good players, but they are not top tier anymore. I don't know what that's going to mean for the team. If you look at the ability of the team, we have a pretty well-rounded team. So we don't have superstars per se, but we have a lot of players that are decent. So hopefully John Muckler kind of identifies that and, you know, makes the team play to the best of its abilities. I don't know if I'm going to lose somebody to the waivers draft. If I do, I might be getting somebody back. That's the beauty of the waivers draft, but I don't know if I'm gonna lose somebody. Now, one thing that I didn't notice is I have just signed Brian Bradley to an extension, and he's starting to decline. So I don't know how that contract is gonna look like down the line here. So that's pretty much it here before we get started. I don't have much else to bring up, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So we are still considered to be in the preseason here for just a little longer. So today we are submitting our protection list. This is where we're going to figure out if we have a shot at losing somebody. Alright, so as usual, I just say ask assistant and I go from there. Oh. Yeah, okay, buddy. I'm gonna go with Tackett over Edberg. No, Edberg might get clean, but it is what it is. Oh my. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, Andreas Johansson. I'm gonna protect Lakanen instead. Oh my. Okay, it's skaters, so I don't have to protect a... Okay, so... Okay. Okay, I have some guys here that, like those 4 guys are on my starting lineup, so... Decisions. I think I'm gonna stay like this. I guess I could swap DeVries maybe. Probably won't hurt me if I lose him. And then who do I get keep between those guys? You know what? I think I'm gonna keep DeVries. Okay, I might lose players this time. Alright, so yeah, if I lose those guys, I don't have a whole lot up front to make up for them. So I don't know what's going to happen. And I mean, they're not great players or anything. I mean, Pellerin, Barry, Gula, and Selivanov are all going to be bottom 6 players, but you know they're a little bit better than what I have in the farm. All right, so the season preview. So with the National Hockey League season about to get underway, the early Stanley Cup favorites appear to be New York, led by winger Mark Messier. General manager Neil Smith has built a squad that will be the team to beat this year, but he can expect challenges from Pierre Paget's Colorado Avalanche and Detroit featuring defenseman Nicholas Lidstrom. Among the dark horses, Pittsburgh stands out as a possible challenger with a big season by Mario Lemieux, capable of pushing them into contender status. The scoring race will likely see Pittsburgh's Mario Lemieux challenged by Jaromir Jagr of Pittsburgh and Toronto's Doug Gilmour. Top defenseman in the league is generally considered to be Detroit Red Wings blue liner Nick Lidstrom, with New York's Brian Leetch and Al McInnes of Calgary also in the running. Finally, among goaltenders, Buffalo's Dominic Hasek stands out as the league's best, while New Jersey Devils netminder Martin Brodeur and Patrick Roy of Montreal can also steal games for their team. So again, we are underrepresented. That's okay. Alright, so here comes the moment of truth. Are we going to be losing people? Alright, let's see. So we lost Steve Guola. We lost Scott Pellerin. We lost Alex Selivanov. Well, that's not good. Probably should go for a forward at this point. Alright, so Mark Fitzpatrick goes to the Sharks. Leaf Rollin. Dale Hunter goes to Edmonton. Alaya Friday to Buffalo. Montreal lost a lot of players. Oh, Rudy Postcheck gets to go get suspended in Washington all the time. Alright, let's see what they have in terms of ability of forwards left. Okay, so Len Barry's still there. Randy Burridge. Todd Ellick. Chris Ferraro. Yeah, it is slim pickings. Yeah, I kind of have to get a forward. Oh my. I am not going to get Randy Burridge, I guess. Okay, maybe Mike Craig. I mean, he has an 11 and a 12 and another 11 here for a bottom forward. That's okay. Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting to get a superstar here. I just want somebody that can play. Maybe Todd Ellick. Let me filter here a little bit better. Peter Klima. Oh, Klima played for Tampa Bay. Maybe I'm gonna claim him then. Can he still play a little? Oof, no. Sorry, buddy. I'm not getting you. Might be, I might, oh, wait. Yeah, he has 12s, but he is in the minors, so yeah, no, not Todd Ellick either. Mike Craig might be the best pick. That's saying a lot. Oh, Rick Tocchet, that I could have gotten in a trade. Can still be useful in a bottom 6, I guess. Oh my. Oh, I didn't see Dave Barr at the top. What about Dave Barr? He's 35. He's able to play. He's a center. And his contract expires at the end of this season. Definitely would be only a placeholder. Same thing for Rick. I think I'm going to take Dave Barr. He's a center, so he's a little bit more versatile. All right. I picked Dave Barr. Alright, I didn't lose Len Barry, so at least one of those forwards I got to keep. So now I'm gonna need to, yeah, recall somebody. Alright, so I need to recall 2 forwards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that great. Yeah, we're gonna be a little weaker. I think I'm gonna get Mike Greer up, and I think Aaron Gavey had a pretty good preseason. Of course, now it's wiped, but that was between him and Valerie Bourré, so I'm going to get Aaron Gavey as well. Alright, so we're a little bit weaker than we were at the start of the video. We have a few one-star players. Hopefully they develop during the season or something. Give us a little bit of a fighting chance there. Alright, the season starts in a couple days where we're going to open against Pittsburgh, so probably a loss on the schedule already. It is what it is. Looks like our 2D game at the end of the month is going to be against Philadelphia at home. Okay, so Kevin Danine has been put on waivers. Ladislav Lubina and Ronnie Sundin. Yeah. He's not... Kevin Danine is not really any better than any of my guys that I have, so I'm not going to claim him. The name recognition is there, but he's declined too much in the game. Pat LaFontaine extends his point streak to 12 games. He got a goal against the Oilers. And Brettel extends his point streak to 12 games with a goal and an assist against Colorado. Alright, so we are opening against Pittsburgh. I believe that was the last preseason game we played as well, so we should be pretty familiar with their lineup, although that might have changed a little bit due to the waivers draft. So Barrasso and Tugnut in net, that should be fine. Samuelson, Laos, Ian Moran, Larry Murphy, Jason York, Steininger on D. Bob Airy, McEacher, Naslund, Steven, Straka, Dopita, Francis, Lemieux, Vukota, Yager, Mullen, Shatan, Tocket, Tsiplikov, and Westlund up front. It's going to be a tough game. Hopefully John Muckler has the team ready. Alright, so the 1996-1997 season is officially underway. Go Lightning, go! So we're having Nikolai Abibulin in net. They are going to go with Ron Tugnut. Oh, they're not starting Barrasso for the first game of the season here. Alright, so... Oh, oh, oh. Excuse me. Alright, so we lost the first game of the season 8-2. Hopefully it's not an omen of what's to come. We were outshot 50-26. Mario Lemieux was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and 3 assists. Larry Murphy was the second star with a goal and 2 assists. And Jaromir Jagr was the third star with 2 goals and an assist. We actually opened up the scoring in the first period. Ryan Smith scored his first NHL goal on the power play from Yanni Lakanen and Valerie Bourré. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay, but then Pittsburgh scored 3 unanswered before the end of the period. It was 3-1 Pittsburgh after 1. Nobody scored in the second, which means that there were a lot of goals in the third period. Pittsburgh scored 4 straight, made it 7-1. Then Ryan Smith scored on the power play again from Valerie Bourré and Mikael Anderson. It was 7-2 Pittsburgh. They added 1 more, and yeah. Sean O'Donnell was not very good for us in this game. Bill Guerin and Vili Peltonen were also not very good. At least Ryan Smith is starting the season pretty good. 2 goals in 1 game, so I guess we have 1 positive. Joe Mullen has racked up 500 goals in his career with a goal and an assist against us. Joe Mullen is 39 and still a 2-star player. Adam Graves extends his point streak to 12 games with an assist against the Bruins. Mike Eagles got suspended in Phoenix. He will miss 7 games. Steve Yzerman has a good game. He had 4 assists against the Devils. There was no stopping Peter Sikora, who had a hat-trick against the Red Wings in that same game. And oh, there's been a trade here between Montreal and Dallas. So Montreal gets Neil Broughton and Nico Kapanen, and in return Dallas gets Sean Donovan. And Neil Broughton is getting up in age. Nico Kapanen, now funny enough, Nico Kapanen was a Stars prospect in real life. Looks like they drafted him in the game as well. Now they just traded him though, but alright. Alright, so we have 5 days until our next game, so we have 5 days to cure the mental, I guess. Heal the mental after that horrible loss. Pat LaFontaine extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal against the Flames, and that was 13 straight games with a point for him. Rob Zamuner is back from suspension in Buffalo, back in the lineup. Thomas Sandstrom is also back from suspension for the Kings. Adam Graves extends his point streak to 13 games with a goal and an assist against the Panthers. And Brittle's point streak ended at 12 games. He was held scoreless against the Blackhawks. We still have a few days off here. Oh, Todd Ellick. Yeah, let's look at what your ratings truly are. Yeah, see, I was looking at that. Yeah, good thing I didn't pick Todd Ellick. Good thing I picked up that he was in the minors originally. Look at that. He can barely play. Can barely skate anymore. So we're not going to take Todd Ellick. Good night for Ulf Dallin. He had 3 goals and an assist against Washington. Oh, Washington's our next team, our next matchup, and they lost 8-0. Maybe we stand a chance. Mike Modano set everything up tonight in that same game. He had 4 assists. And Adam Graves' point streak ended at 13 games. He was held scoreless against the Panthers. Didn't they just play the Panthers? I think they did. Wayne Gretzky extends his assist streak to 8 games. He had 2 assists against Montreal. John Leclerc extends his goal streak to 5 games. In that same game, he had a goal against the Kings. And Pat LaFontaine extends his point streak to 14 games with an assist against the Canucks. Wayne Gretzky's assist streak ended at 8 games. He was held scoreless against the Flyers. And Phil Housley has racked up 300 goals in his career with a goal against San Jose. Phil Housley is 32 and he is still a 3-star player. Alright, so we are playing the Washington Capitals. They are 1-1 this season. That's good for 7th in the East. Of course, it's the start of the season. Things change pretty quickly. Of course, we have not played Washington so far this season. Steve Konowalchuk is not going to play this game. He had an allergic reaction to something, so he's on injured reserve. Jim Carey and Olaf Kolzig in net for the Capitals. Kelly Johansson, Kusera Shannon, Kote Gonchar, Atcher, Yerofeyev, and Postcheck on D. The D is okay, not bad at all. Randy Burridge, Ristich, Thornton, Warner, Larson, Pivanka, Ridley, Kevin Todd, Schuppen, Deg, Miller, Bundra, and Ramos are up front. So yeah, it's a little bit tougher up front for the Capitals. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's see if we can beat the Caps. So we are playing on the road again, so it was a 4-game road trip to start the season, so alright, so Abby Bullen in net for us again. Olaf Kolzig in net for the Caps. Alright, go Lightning go. We need to we need to do better here. Oh, that's better. Alright, so we won 4-0, so got a shout out. So of course Pittsburgh is a pretty tough opponent, so I didn't get too upset with that loss, but now that's pretty good. A 4-0 win here in Washington. We got outshot 32-26, but we prevailed and got the win. So Abby Bullen is the first star of the game, 32 saves, the shutout, and the win. Yanni Lakanen was the second star with a goal, and Alexander Karpovtsev was the third star with an assist. Alright, so Lakanen opened up the scoring in the first from Ryan Smith and Robert Zvela. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay at that point. And then Brian Bradley scored from Alexander Karpovtsev. 2-0 Tampa Bay after 1. And nobody scored in the second. And then in the third period, Vili Peltonen scored from Bobby Elick and German Titov. And then Alexander Mogilny scored on the power play from Mikael Anderson. And it was a 4-0 win. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. Now we play tomorrow in Toronto, so not a whole lot of time to rest here. Alright, so Toronto is 1-1. That's good for... oh, they're in the West still, so I don't know where they are. Probably around where we are, 6th or so. Right, no injuries in Toronto, but Sylvain Lefebvre showed up for the season in bad shape. Grant Fuhr and Felix Potvin are in net for Toronto. Todd Gill, Greg Hoggood, Sylvain Lefebvre, Brian Berard, Volk, Elliott, and Mironov on D. That's okay, that's decent. Wendell Clark, Yannick Perrault, Zemlichka, Sarmathan, Eastwood, Gilmore, Hendrickson, Manderville, Niminen, Arnott, Barchevsky, Sacco, Tarasenko, and Larionov up front. So, yeah, it's a little bit tougher up front. They have a few decent players. I guess we'll see. Right, 2 games in tonight. I'm expecting to see our backup in net. No, oh no, that's true. Abby Bullen had the shutout, so the coach always goes with the guy that had the shutout. So Abby Bullen plays 2 games in 2 nights. Grant Fuhr is going to be in net for the Leafs. We lost 5-3. Alright, so we were outshot 41-28. We were just outplayed in that one. Doug Gilmore was the first star with the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Alexander McGillney was the second star with a goal. Jason Arnott was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. Alright. Leafs scored twice in the first period and took a 2-0 lead. Then there was a fight in the first between Wendell Clark and Mark Bergeron. Then in the second period, Ryan Smith scored on the power play from Valérie Bourré and Sean Chambers. Made it 2-1 Toronto. Then Toronto scored again, made it 3-1. And then we had Alexander McGillney score from Mikael Anderson and Brian Bradley. And then Robert Zvela from Vili Peltonen and Sean Chambers. We were tied at 3 after 2. But then Toronto scored twice in the third period, and we ended up losing 5-3. Alright, so we came back in that game. We cleared a 2-goal deficit. Came back, tied the game, but the game escaped us in the third period, I guess. Dave Andreychuk has tallied 1,000 games in his career. Got an assist in that game against Detroit. Dave Andreychuk is 33. He is still a 4-star player. Pat LaFontaine extends his point streak to 15 games. In that same game, he got a goal. Oh, Barry Trotz got fired in Florida. Florida started 0-3-1, and now Barry Trotz is fired. Dwayne Sutter is going to replace him as the coach there. John Muckler extends his goal streak to 6 games with 2 goals and 2 assists against the Rangers. Pretty good game. Teppo Numminen keeps fans on their feet all night. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals against the Mighty Ducks. And in that same game, prolific passing night for Keith Tkachuk. He had 4 assists. Alright, we have 2 days off, and then we play Buffalo in Buffalo. Yeah, we need to turn things around here. Alright, so Buffalo is 2-2. That's good for 6th in the East. Buffalo has no injuries. So they have Ashek and Yegorov in net. On D, they have Older, Ledyard, Slaney, Staviana, Iafrate, Olun, Bodger, Carney, and Svoboda. That's a lot of Ds to carry. Pretty evenly talented D. Nothing too crazy good, but not too bad either. Andreychuk, Billberg, Mays, Muner, Biggs, Auerchuk, LaFontaine, Audette, Daw, Drews, Linden, and Oliver up front. I believe we played them in preseason. Yeah, we need a win here. Alright, Abby Bullen in net for us. Still Dominic Hasek in net for Buffalo. Ugh, we lost 4-1. Not a good start to the season. It seems to be pretty much the theme for our team. It looks like every season we start kind of slow and then we kind of pick up afterwards. Shots were tied 35 apiece. Dave Andreychuk was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Dominic Hasek was the second star with 34 saves. And Bill Older was the third star with 2 assists. So Aaron Gavey scored his first NHL goal in the first period from Robert Zvela and Mark Bergeron. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay, but then Buffalo tied the game. So it was tied at 1 after 1. Then in the second period, Buffalo scored 2 more goals. It was 3-1 Buffalo after 2. And then they added 1 more in the third, and that was a 4-1 loss. Not much more to talk about here. Aaron Gavey improves at left wing. Alright, that's okay. Good for you. And in that game, Pat LaFontaine extended his point streak to 16 games. He did notch an assist in there, so yeah. Alright, so well, we have 5 days off before we host the New York Rangers. Another game that's going to be pretty tough. Starting to get worried about our team already. I know it's early in the season, but those rating drops from McGillney and Bradley are really going to hurt us. Or at least that's what it looks like. Adam Graves is suspended for the Rangers. He's going to miss 6 games, so we won't get to face him. That's good. Pat LaFontaine's point streak ended at 16 games. He was stopped by Pittsburgh. No point against them. Alright, Rangers are in town. They are 5-2-1. That's good for 3rd in the East. Let's take a look at their lineup. Oh, they have a couple injuries here. Doug Waite is hurt. Not gonna play. And Jeff Bukaboom is also hurt and not gonna play. They still have a good team. Alright, so Adam Graves suspended, not gonna play. In net, they have Fred Brathwaite and Mike Richter. On D, they have Edikan, Leach, Popovich, Kearns, Kasparidis, Zubov, and Warenka. The D is pretty decent. Jeff Courtnall, Zizik, Graves King, Messier, Ferraro. Is that Denis Savard? Sure is. Denis Savard, Darren Turcotte, Tony Amante, Glenn Anderson, Paul Broughton, Ty Domi, Mike Gartner, and Alex Colla. Yeah, this is a really good team. Not a lot of weaknesses on this team. Not going to be an easy game for sure. Yeah. First home game of the season. A win for the fans would be great. Rangers are going to send Mike Richter in net. We are going to go with Abby Boulin again. We played decently, but we lost 2-1. Good effort, but we even outshot the Rangers 27-26. Jeff Courtnall was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Mikael Anderson was the second star with an assist, and Darcy Warenka was the 3rd star with a goal. We had 17,646 people in attendance for this game. Alexander McGillney opened up the scoring from Mikael Anderson and Brian Bradley. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay after 1. Then in the second period, the Rangers scored. It was tied at 1. And then Kovalev, about midway through the 3rd period, scored on the power play. And that was actually the game winner. Andreas Johansson is available. I don't know that he's better than anybody that I have. Not really. Alright. Brent Sutter has recorded 1,000 games played in his career. Didn't get a point. That was against LA. Brent Sutter is 34 and he is still a 2-star player. And Craig Jenney is suspended with the Blues. He is out for 4 games. Alright, so we're going back on the road for 1 quick game and then we're going to have 4 straight at home. Yeah, we're dead last in the East. This is terrible. This is not good at all. Maybe I shouldn't have hired a coach. Maybe I should have, remained there. I was just getting really annoyed with all the day-to-day injuries and everything. And I'm paying the price for my laziness. Alright, so the Islanders, so we're facing them. They have their horrible, horrible logo. They also have a lot of German players. Well, a lot. They have 3. That's a lot for that era of the NHL. Not what I was trying to look at. There you go. Alright, so they have Jamie McCown. He's hurt, so he's not going to play this game. Alright, so in that they have Glenn Ely and Shistad, and then Shistad eliminated us single-handedly in the playoffs. Malakov, Ludman, Appel, Krupp, Rich, Pilon, Kiprusov, and D's not very good. Jelena, Ugg, King, Tormanen, Steve Thomas. Ted Drury, Ray Ferraro, Rob Niedermeyer, Pierre Turgeon, Fitzgerald McInnes, Norris, Palfy, Plant, and Svejkovsky. It's kind of a mixed bag, this team. They are 4-2. They are 5th. We desperately need a win here. Alright, so we're sending Abby Bullen in net again. And they are sending Glenn Ely. And we lost 3-1. Oh my god. We outshot the Islanders 31-27. Vladimir Malakov was the first star of the game. He had 3 assists. Robert Zvela was the second star with an assist. And Rob Niedermeyer was the third star with a goal. Alright, so Islanders scored first in the first period. They were up 1-0. Nobody scored in the second. Then in the third, Mark Bergevin tied the game from Robert Zvela and Brian Bradley. But then the Islanders scored twice with the third goal in an empty net, and we lost 3-1. Aaron Gavey continues to get better at left wing. Well, at least something's happening. Mike Eagles is back from suspension in Phoenix. He will be back in the lineup there. Sergei Fedorov is day-to-day. He's going to miss about 10 days with a bruised collarbone. And Steve Konowalchuk is suspended. He's going to miss 7 games. Alright, so Ottawa is 3-4 this season. That's good for 7th in the East. Let's take a look at them. See if we have any hopes of winning this game. Alright, so Pat Verbeek is hurt. He's not going to play this game. And Dmitry Frolov is also hurt. He may or may not play. In net, they have Darren Pupa and Mika Kiprusov, so that's not very good because Kiprusov is 19, he's not developed yet, so both of their goaltenders are alpha star. So they don't have the goaltending right now. Chris Pronger on D with Frolov, Fokin, Norm McIver, Sekarash, and Bradshaw, so that D is not very good either. Arkins, Langenbrunner, Nicolishin, Sylvain Turgeon, Jimmy Baker, Chris Gratton, Dave Annan, Robert Lang, Scaldi, Yashin, Falk, Bureau, Hull, McCleary, and Cult. On paper, we should beat this team, but we have not been playing very well this at the start of this season, so who knows? Alright, so Mika Kiprusov is going to be in net for the Sens, and we have Nikolai Bibulin. Alright, and it's a win. So we won 3-0, so we have 2 wins this season, and they're both by shutout, so it's either we lose or we completely dominate the game, I guess. We outshot the Sens 37-29. Abby Bullen, first star with 29 saves and the shutout. Alexander McGillney was the second star with 2 goals and an assist, and Brian Bradley was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. 15,982 people in attendance for this game. Alexander McGillney opened up the scoring in the first period with a power play goal from Mikael Anderson and Brian Bradley. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay at that point. Then Brian Bradley scored in the second period from Alexander McGillney, and then Alexander McGillney scored his 5th from Brian Bradley and Ryan Smith. It was 3-0 Tampa Bay after 2, and that held. Nobody scored in the third period. Who knows, if we can win the remaining 3 games we have, we're going to be playing for 500, and it's, you know, it's going to be what it is. Playing 500 after the month of October is respectable. We'll see. Jason Arnott is injured in Toronto. He's going to miss 5 months with a fractured coracoid bone in his shoulder. So Toronto loses a pretty good player for a while here. Adam Oates extends his point streak to 12 games with a goal and 2 assists in that same game against Toronto. And that was 8 straight with an assist for him as well. Right, and we are about to host the New Jersey Devils. Devils are probably decent, even though they have a 3-4 record. I'm ready to bet that on paper they look a little bit better than that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, so Tommy Albaline is hurt in New Jersey. He won't play this game. In net, it's Brother and Shevtsov. Bruce Driver, Roman Emerlich, Scott Stevens, Person, Niedermeyer, and Trigg on D. Philippe Bozon, Tom Chorsky, Jeff Friesen, Zilipukin, Romanov, Jonf, Richer, Yell, Sikar, Di Pietro, Brown, Lemieux, McLean, Mallet, and McKay up front. Yeah, they might give us some problems. Alright, so Martin Brother is in net for New Jersey. We are still going with Nikolai Abibulin. Alright, another win, 4-1. Alright, that's good, that's good. We're starting to show some improvement here. And we outshot another team here, so we outshot New Jersey 37-28. Brian Bradley was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Alexander McGillney was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Mikael Anderson was the third star with an assist. 15,668 people in attendance for this game. New Jersey scored first in the first period. It was 1-0 New Jersey after 1, but we scored 3 goals in the second period. Alexander McGillney scored from Mark Bergevin and Brian Bradley. Then Bobby Alec scored from German Titov and Vili Peltonen, and then Boris Mironov from Mikael Anderson and Brian Bradley. 3-1 Tampa Bay after 2. And then in the third period, Brian Bradley scored from Alexander McGillney and Ryan Smith. It was 4-1 Tampa Bay, and that's how it ended. Nice little game for the Lightning here. We needed that. And Dave Barr improves at left wing. Alright, and we have 3 days off before we host the Blackhawks. Adam Oates extends his point streak to 13 games with a goal against Detroit. His assist streak ended, though. He didn't get an assist in the game. And Mike Pekka is suspended in Vancouver. He's going to miss 7 games. Yeah, I think they need to work on the suspensions. Not only are suspensions very frequent, but the amount of games is kind of ridiculous. You never see anybody suspended for 7 games unless, you know, they're Matt Cook or Rafi Torres or something. Right, Bob Sweeney is on waivers. That has happened before, and as before, I'm not going to pick him up. No suspension for Anaheim's Sheldon Kennedy. Not suspended. Terry Crisp is done as the coach for... Oh, dear God. So... Alright, Anaheim fired their coach, Terry Crisp, because they started 0-10-1. What a bad start to this. I thought I was having a bad start to this season, but yeah, things are a little worse somewhere else, apparently. Right, and Joe Micheletti is now the coach in Anaheim. And Jim Campbell in Philadelphia is not suspended. Alright, Chicago is in town. They are 4-4-3. Alright, Chicago is going to be is going to be without Stefan Matteau. He's hurt. So between the pipes, it's going to be Ed Belfour and Fabrice Lenry, a guy from France that I've never heard about. Gustafsson, Kravchuk, Marchment, Olsen, Chelios, Scott Lachance, and Davidov on D. Then Carpenter, Johansson, Matto, Wood, Dano, Grimson, Hudson, McCammon, Roenick, Shantz, Fedulov, Boyer, Noonan, and Sutter up front. That team is... that's not that great of a team. I thought Chicago would be a little bit better. Of course, every time I say that, we seem to be losing a game. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. So Ed Belfour is going to be in net for Chicago. Nikolai Abibulin in net for us. He's been playing every single game this season so far. And we lost 1-0. I should have shut my mouth. Alright, we outshot Chicago 26-20. Ed Belfour first over the game, stopped all 26 shots, got the win in the shutout. Boris Mironov was a second star, no points for him, and Chris Chelios was the third star with an assist. So Chicago scored in the second... Oh, wow. So Chicago scored in the second period, right? That was their only goal. But what's surprising is that Chicago played 12 games, and it was Jeremy Roenick's first goal of the season. Wow. All right. So we lost again. Nicholas Falk is available on waivers. John McLean reaches 300 goals in his career, scored a goal against Boston. He is 31 and still a 3.5 star player. Adam Oates extends his point streak to 14 games with a goal and 2 assists in that same game. And Adam Graves is back from suspension for the Rangers. Right, Alexander Smirnov is available on waivers. Then what do we have here? A good night for Joe Sakic. He had a goal and 4 assists against the Blues. Craig Janney is back from suspension in St. Louis. Gary Galley is suspended in Philadelphia. He's going to miss 7 games. Alright, so those are the players who are going to show me all year, mostly goaltenders. Alright, so we are already at that part of the video here where we are going to be doing the 2D game. It's going to be at home here against the Flyers. Flyers are 7-4-1. That's good for 3rd in the East. We have a couple injuries, so Greg Johnson is hurt, not going to play this game, and Eric Lindros is also hurt, not going to play this game either. I'm not going to complain about that. Alright, and they do have Gary Galley that just got suspended, so, you know, it's the same thing that I say every season in every series that I play for Philadelphia. They have goaltending problems. They really like to mirror real life, so it's Dominic Roussel and Mikael Sandberg in net. Gary Galley suspended, Kevin Haller, Merdzig, Turian, Van Imp, Daudeno, and Peterson on D. That's not that great. Up front, it's Berezin, DeMaio, Fedek, Gillen, Podine, Brennamore, Carlson, Koivu, Yevsukin, Recchi, Renberg, Walls, and Campbell. So the D is not very good. The goaltending is not very good. They have some decent forwards, though. So we'll see how it plays out for us during the 2D. And lucky me, I get to finish my coffee that's probably cold by now while we're watching that game. Dominic Roussel in net for the Flyers, and we are going with Nikolai Abibulin. Go Lightning, go! Right, it's been a while since I did a 2D game. Oh, okay. Let's make sure that's still... Yep, my options are still there. Alright, so let's do it. I'm guessing we're going to be the white... No, we're the black squares. Not to be confused. because, as we know, it has happened before. Alright, icing for Philadelphia right off the bat. They cannot take our pressure. Alright. Come on, little squares. You can do it. Alright. 14:47 left to go in the first period. Not a whole lot going on right now. The 4 Philadelphia players are dancing in the corner with Bill Guerin. Alright, so Bergevin takes a penalty, a tripping penalty, so we have to kill a penalty here with 13:25 left to go in the first period. Alright, come on. Let's have a good penalty kill here. Oh, burst of speed and a shot. That was Ryan Smith. At least I think it is. 94. That should be him. All right, so we killed that penalty, so that's good. Now we need to produce some offense here. Couldn't score there. And it's an icing. Alright, 8:50 left to go in the first. And another icing. 6 minutes left to go in the first period. Not a whole lot to talk about. Oh, puck is out of play. Alright, another save by the goaltender. Bill Guerin took an interference penalty. And we have to kill a penalty again. With 4:37 left to go in the first period. Thankfully, the Flyers don't have Eric Lindros. Come on, buddy. Alright, so Mark Rickey scored from Sergei Berezin and Tom Peterson. We are down 1-0 in the first period with 2:50 left to go. And that's an icing. 1:37 left to go in the first period. We are still down 1. Andreas Johansson took a penalty for the Flyers. Alright, so we are going to be going on the power play to finish the period here. And of course, we don't have the puck, so we cannot score. Look at us. We're dancing with the guy, can't get the puck, the power play just evaporates, And then there's been a fight between Kevin Otter and Bill Guerin. Alright, so the first period is over. Alright, so we're down 1-0. We got 9 shots, they got 4. They got 4 shots and they scored on 1. We got 9, we couldn't score on an alpha star goaltender. The story of my life playing this game. Alright, 19 minutes left to go in the second period. We are not on the power play anymore. I don't even think we touched the puck during our power play. I love those passes that go through the net. That's pretty cool. Magic. Okay. Yeah, we're having problems getting, like, offense. Shoot the puck. Come on, buddy. Robert Zvella hooking. We have to kill another penalty with 15-14 left to go in the second period. Still down 1 here in Tampa Bay. Alright, come on, guys. Oh, breakaway, come on. What happened? Why do we have 5 people on the ice? Oh, well. Well, we're not killing a penalty anymore, apparently. Alright. We're getting some chances, but we're not able to bury them. Uh-oh. There you go. Mikael Renberg holding. We're going on the power play with 10-12 left to go in the second period. Still down 1-0 against the Flyers. We need that win. We need to not have too disastrous of a first month of the season. With a win, we would be 4-6. So that's definitely not good. But given that we always seem to struggle right out of the gate, I would take it, I guess. Ugh, McGillney got robbed. Alright, power play's over. We couldn't score. Come on, guys. Go to the net. Shoot the puck. Yeah, we are having problems generating plays. That's pretty much what's going on here. Definitely not a game that the shots are going to be like 45-38. That's for sure. Alright, second period's coming to a close here. With about 2 minutes left to go here. 2:05 left to go in the second period, still down 1. Come on, guys, we need to work harder, better, faster. Alright, second period is over. We're still down 1-0. We generated 15 shots total, couldn't score. They have generated only 9 shots and they scored. Alright, so shots are 15-9 after 2. A lot of times, you know, in today's NHL, that's after 1 period, though, those are the shots. So, not a very offensive game. Both teams are playing pretty defensively, I guess. Alright, third period is underway. We desperately need a goal here. Alright, saved by Abibulin. Oh, Peltonen with the goal! Alright, tied game. Vili Peltonen scored. Alright. 18-12 left to go in the third period. Now we have some hope. And dreams. Oh. Roussel stopped Peltonen again. Peltonen with the chance. Come on, guys. Continue to box them out. We barely gave them anything so far. What's going on? Alright. Come on. Let's go score a goal. Or not. And it's an icing. 14-13 left to go here in the third period. Not sure what happened. Looks like it skipped. Georgi Yevtukin took a slashing penalty. We are going on the power play here. That's a golden opportunity to take the lead with 13:05 left to go in the third period. We are tied at 1 and we have a power play. Maybe we can touch the puck this time. I guess not. Oh, Brent Fedek took a 5-minute major boarding penalty. Oh, that's not good. We might have an injury. That's why I say it's not good. I mean, it's good that we get a 5-minute major power play, but there might be an injury here. Hopefully not. Or hopefully it's not like a long-term injury to a key player, which it probably would be because we were on the power play, so we probably had one, like all of our best players out there, or some of our best players at least. Alright, let's dance in the corner with all of their team. Oh, Len Barry took a holding penalty. Thank you for, you know, making it so that we're not on the power play anymore. I appreciate that. Alright, 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Nope. 4-on-3. Oh no, it's gonna be revert to 5-on-4. There's a bug here. So Alexander McGillney just got penalized here, so it's gonna be 5-on-4 instead of 4-on-3. Not sure why it does that. I reported it on the forums and they said that they were gonna look at it. There should be an update for the game soon. Hopefully that's fixed. Can't believe it. We had a 5-minute major and we ruined it with penalties. Right. It's 5-on-5. Alright, whoa. No, don't give him anything. Wow, is this game going to go in overtime? 4:18 left to go in the third period, tied at 1. Oh, Roussel here stops. 81 is Dave Barr. Stops Dave Barr on a mini breakaway there. My acquisition through the Waivers Draft to try to make up for all the players that I lost up front. I was hoping to keep Selivanov. I wanted to see if he was gonna like blossom offensively a little bit, but He's in Montreal now, so I sure hope he doesn't. Alright, pretty much a minute left to go in the third period here. Now is not the time to allow a goal. It is a good time to go score one, too. Yeah. 31 seconds left. Come on, guys, if we win the face-off. Oh, we got a point shot, but couldn't score. Alright, so this is going to overtime. We got 29 shots total. They got 15, so we've been playing pretty good defensively. We've just been stifled by Roussel, who's playing a great game for the Flyers. Alright, overtime's coming. Tied at 1 here in Tampa Bay. Oh, I thought it was in. And of course, you know, back then, overtime was still 5-on-5 with ties. So, right, 3:48 left to go in overtime. Come on, people. Come on, little black squares. No, no, no. Don't let him go. Alright, that's a save. Right, less than a minute left to go in overtime. Stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him. Take a penalty. Hack his head, something. Alright, there you go. Tie. I'll take the tie at this point. We have not had a good start to the season, and Philadelphia was higher than us in the standings, so I'll take the 1-1 tie. Abby Boonen has 3 fires. Maybe that's the good news, is that he should be doing decently in November. Right, so we outshot the Flyers 34-16. That's pretty good defensive effort there. Peltonen was the first star of the game with a goal. Recchi, the second star, with a goal as well. And Mogilny, third star with no points. 14,986 people in attendance for this game for us. So Recchi scored on the power play in the first. There was the fight between Guerin and Aller. Then Peltonen scored unassisted in the third period. I don't think we got an injury out of that boarding penalty. That's good. All right, Adam Oates' point streak ended at 14 games. Didn't get a point against Hartford. All right, and the players of the month were Mario Lemieux and Chris Osgood. Alright, so we are November 1st, so we are stopping here. We are 10th in the East. We're quite a few points behind. It's not the end of the world. We're 3-6-1. Definitely with a few wins we can turn things around already. So I'm not too worried about it, but I'm worried a little. We've been having problems scoring goals with consistency. So I guess that we're that type of team. We don't have like offensive juggernauts. We never really did. I got Mogilny and he was pretty good, and I mean he's still decent, but we're kind of struggling a little bit. Alright, so that's the Eastern Conference standings. Let's take a look in the West here. Colorado is first, then Toronto, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Calgary, Edmonton, and Phoenix. Wow, I don't know if you see what I'm seeing. This is crazy. So we are done, you know, with the month of October, and after 1 month of NHL hockey, the Western Conference has 2 teams with 0 wins. The Sharks and the Mighty Ducks have yet to win a game. So yeah, I thought we were doing bad, but all things considered, we're maybe not doing all that terrible, I guess. Alright, so let's take a look at our stats, see what's going on here. Alright, so, well, I've said a lot of things about Bradley and McGillney losing ability, but Bradley is still a point per game. He has 10 points in 10 games. McGillney is 8 in 10. Ryan Smith has 6 points. Mikael Anderson, and our best defenseman is Vela with 4 points in 10 games. So yeah, we're not generating enough offense as it is. Hopefully that's gonna break out a little bit. I think we don't necessarily have superstars. I do think we have an offense that's a little bit more better than this. Wow, that was terrible. I was looking at the bottom there, and I'm seeing Jason Allison and Bill Guerin with 0 points, and I'm like, no wonder we're struggling. Those players should be scoring points, and they're not. So, wow, Allison had a 51-point season last season, and now he's 0 points in 10 games. So you better start doing something, buddy. Wow. What about our goaltenders? Oh, Hackett only played in one. Hackett only played 7 minutes, so I'm not really gonna look at his stats with any kind of interest. Abby Bullen, 922 save percentage. Of course, those shutouts have kind of boosted that. 2.31. So, I mean, for the most part, we're getting the saves, but yeah, that needs to translate into wins, not just one, wins with an S. Alright, the best goal scorers in the league, tied with 9, are John Muckler, Teemu Selanne, and Paul Yzerbark. Wow, a little bit of a surprise there to see Paul as top. I mean, Paul Yzerbark wasn't a bad player, but I don't think that I would have put money on him being, at the top of the goal scoring there. And tied for assists at 12 are Mario Lemieux, Joe Sakic, and Steve Yzerman. Those make a lot more sense to me. And the best scorer total is Joe Sakic with 19 points. So of course we don't have anybody near that anywhere. So I guess we have Brian Bradley doing good on the face-off dot. So that's something. Yeah, so with 922 save percentage here, Abby Bullen would be near the middle of the league or so. It's still early in the season, so those are very inflated. They are probably gonna come down here soon. Alright, so that's pretty much it here for the month of October for this season. Struggling a little bit out of the gate. That's nothing new for this series. That seems to be what happens every year. I'm going to go ahead and save the game. And of course, as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. And if you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.